see from Agent Select. BBL, they just love this sky.
Yeah, it seems pretty weird because on Bind it did actually cost them a lot of map control since they don't have the recurring utility, and here they again will not have a lot of vision control when you compare it to Koi.
Muted, of course. You might see Koi very similar to how they were playing, to be honest.
For the players, and also combine
But
that
a lot of the same things apply onto this one as well. Especially on attack, if they can create a lot of pressure over towards A heaven early on and hold a default.
Yeah, just looking at how BBL likes to kind of play their attacks on other maps, they're a little bit more explosive. So I understand the breach in the sky there, but they're starting defense, so I'm not sure how that's going to play out.
Well, this is it. No more second chances for BBL. They have to win here if they want to keep themselves in contention for Madrid. Pavlos and Ash, the pressure is on.
The pressure indeed is on. BBL, one map
Baral,
away from being
thank you for
eliminated
saying that.
from kickoff, and for Koi, this is a chance to show they can close out a series in a fashion that they themselves would like. A chance for the Polish core to show that there is a chance of Polish Valorant here in EMEA, and that it can grow, it can prosper.
Was the Na'Vi Liquid game worth a watch? Watch Bind. Watch Bind. Sorry, watch Split.
Here right now, but it's Koi on the attack.
Watch the map that doesn't exist. Yeah, watch Split for sure. Split was really fun, dude. I was nerding out.
Man, starting out here on the pistol run, already looking to push directly in towards the ace. No defaulting. They're looking to go in right off the gate.
They really are.
BB on defense, Koi on attack.
As they
We decide to go fast.
Linger a little bit longer and do move a little bit towards this ramp side, and BBL take that space as well. Look at that, 3 players moving up in here. It might actually be a crunch of 4 different players, and instead they'll be moving into vents. Elite holding it all down.
He's out of there.
No one shall go into
Dude, the Viper on Viper is wild. Yeah, Shados was chasing him the whole time.
So far it's 4 versus 1 in favor of BBL.
2v5.
First round.
2v3.
Got himself in one, but it's all she wrote.
3v0.
Cleans it all up. That's the first round for BBL, and Koi trailing behind.
Yeah, really awkward pivot over towards ramps. The second that A main choke got a little bit uncomfortable there for Koi, but BBL, they need to start off with this pistol. You talked about how good Koi have been on pistols. Starting off on the right foot though, for the side of BBL to try and shift that into their favor again.
They just have the double advantage, right? Haven't shown anything yet. Demo's out there. I mean, I guess triple advantage. And the fact that Vitality have a stand-in.
Do you think you guys know how to shoot? I think that's something that needs to be brought to their minds all the time. Build up confidence, because I think that's what Turkish Valorant is built off of, right? Confidence. And that's what exactly BBL will be looking for this time around. Koi, on the other hand, playing it slowly, does mess with BBL a little bit. I feel like that's a big issue of it. You know, you get a little bit angsty. You want to get going, and you are not permitted to have that fast pace gameplay that you would like to take over. But for now, the better weapons for BBL will take.
Raisnade might be everything on this.
Seems that they are walking into Brave all by himself, and Koi can
Doesn't even need it. Let's see. Raisnade comes in.
All covered from the upper angle. Brave takes 2 down before he himself falls. And Stark, so the final remaining player,
not too bad. It's got an armor rebuy, and we can pick up the gun that dropped.
That's what you like to see if you're a BBL fan. You can hear the chanting in the background from the crowd as well, just trying to give them that momentum, that support on the big stage. Koi, they have the weapons, but BBL, this bonus extremely strong to contest with.
And last bonus Koi played, they failed. They need to collect this, right? It's a matter of pride.
Fnatic banning Sunset. It's very likely that they ban Sunset, yeah.
Oh, what is this?
They are
Elite with the Bucky
not risk takers, and it would be a risk playing a new map like that for them. So yeah, that would make the most sense. It might be different in terms of what they saw from Vitality if they want to ban. I mean,
especially when you
Vitality Sunset, look.
And the snake bites.
They're the ones that use Sage, right?
I love that he's also trying to conceal that.
Fnatic might be kind of fine playing against that. We'll see. It
be
doesn't.
surprised.
Wait, am I thinking of a different team?
Bloody surprise, perhaps, if they do end up moving in this direction.
What was the Vitality comp?
Koi keep the pressure in mid, and you can see BBL not.
Oh, was it Giants? That's what I was thinking of. Giants.
Their particular angles.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah, they're not gonna take a risk.
The fault line coming forth, it will delay them even further. You can see Power moving left and right across the map, trying to be at the ultimate place at the right time. But it seems Koi might find an opening to head towards B.
Oh, this is tricky positioning.
off the rope. That's a headshot. And Kushner's put BBL on top, and with 44 seconds,
yeah,
Koi are in time trouble.
Yeah, I remember it now. Dave was lurking on Viper.
Very deep prowler over towards Vents as well, so Koi know that there's no immediate backstab looming.
Not only are they in time trouble, they're in space trouble because they really can't find a thing. It looks like they are fancying this B site more than anything else. As
yeah,
does drop,
and a big duel at B main here.
He's got a chance
they spot
to do it
2.
again, and he's got his teammate Brave
it's
as
a great
well.
Omen flash.
Paranoia,
Big duel at B main the whole time here.
Had to win that fight to keep BBL in contention over this B site supremacy.
Guy at spawn should just shoot the smoke.
The only man standing left onto the site. The TP's right in front of him, but it's all a distraction as Shadow peeks at the same time.
Oh my god.
Reezy trying to deny that plant.
Okay, just a bonus on this one. I feel like they had their chances into this one.
All by himself. The
Pretty
leader
close.
of the team can only look to hide away. Maybe if you can find a Vandal, or maybe
crosshair diff of the duel at B main. Yeah, Shadow's
but that will be Koi
got the crosshair.
First round of the map.
Man, Koi comfortable for them once the weapons did come out. I think they did really well as far as just conditioning over towards mid as well. Just the dark covers alone that cut off that male angle there from BBL forced both snake bites out of Elite right off the gate with still a minute left. A lot of that stall utility used within the initial first third of the round. And
shoot, hello mate. I'm doing good, bro. How you doing?
It's a question of, can they continue to force that utility usage? We saw it on Bind where BBL seemed a bit quick to the trigger on that.
They do. And again, it's the story of Koi being super successful in the attack, and it seems like they have the opportunity to do it again, right? Of course, not winning the pistol does, you know, prohibit them from having that early lead, like they did that first time, the first pistol of this series. But at least if they can get some buy rounds heading in their way, would be the best case scenario for them.
Have to see how things end up going here. Again, Elite has been doing so much with the Poison Orb. Deep one way here for Brave as well, just to deny B main. Right off the gate here, Koi again.
Only one person? Okay.
With,
massive round for BBL.
For
Smoke goes in towards middle. One of the good things with this comp the BBL have is, again, just holding on to map control itself.
Again, they continue to thrive in those time crunch moments to get that spike planted.
Yeah, and it's those chaotic moments that it seems they've got the clarity to get the right calls in, hit the right shots, have the protocols with you know, the buddy systems and close it all out. You know, it all becomes too simple when there's a time crunch, you know? It all becomes simple Valorant at that point. And whoever's got the protocols right correctly is the one that usually comes out on top. But here's Koi moving on to the safe side. They've got a death ball approach to this, right? 5 players strong, no flank in the making, 45 seconds, and Breezy's figured it out. That's a tremendous Trailblazer score, that given all the info in the world. BBL.
There's so many people here for BBL. They got a flash flood. Oh yeah, and Camo is just a big 1v2. Camo is doing so good in a lot of important rounds. Continues that over from Bind. He just gets that extra angle so fast, takes down the breach, and then they actually have the crossfire because of it as well, with him being here.
Shadows playing so far back in towards A main, but you know that he's also playing those lineups.
Brave. There'll be moments he's been left alone and not being able to close it out, but this is his moment. This is where he has to shine.
Smoke
so
for
far.
Spike.
Half of the puzzle has been solved. There's still another part to it, and a defusal to follow off. Paranoia expecting him to be on site, but he's nowhere, so he's wasted it for now. Has to get onto the spike.
This smoke not go like just before?
He's going to be spraying, but he's going to miss the shot. Snakebite at his feet, but it might be all too late.
Oh my goodness, just gets the defuse. Just.
What a way to do it. It was a fraction of a second with the fact that you also see Brave ends up falling to the Snakebite nonetheless. But man, that was a round that Koi needed. Again, uncomfortable money situation.
I feel like BBL needs this well.
Looking towards BBL, you've got Kushner,
BBL having everyone go down here though means they're in a weird spot. There's actual teams here that would eco this, I'm pretty sure. They decide to try force into it. We get a judge. We're missing a little bit of util. One flash. They use that flash. Mollies. Oh, I mean, Omen flash as well. They're missing a lot of util. But yeah, even though they won this round, they do not have money for this. Shadow won away from his breach ult. Makes a lot of sense from Koi, trying to take over towards Heaven, disrupt the mid. That has been a little bit hard in terms of the smoke being there.
A double crunch into Vents.
I mean, who knows? Right now, Koi, again, they look for that space, they pull back, they just look to
and this is a good default right now from Koi. I'm impressed with how Koi are playing. They should be relatively confident to push through this because they create a question mark over towards A heaven, which means that the chance of someone sticking in vents is so low. Yeah, so they take default, create question mark here. This means that the Viper has to go either this way, as we can see, goes over towards A heaven, and then they go back to taking mid. 40 seconds. Pressure. One person fake again. Not this. Dude, it's bind all over again. One person fake. We get 3 people over towards here. 2 people over towards A site. Dude, they're using the exact same game plan against them. Maybe a little bit differently because they're trying to have to force the Viper away from vents, but guys, wall up, Judge goes, lovely, 1v3 gets his ult.
1-on-3, but
damage is good here. I would be kind of fine if he gets a kill and then uses his ult. I wouldn't use it insta.
I'm just wondering how they clear him out one by one. They'll have to try and figure this out. They start to circle nicely done.
The overall macro on this round from Koi though, very impressive. Judge diff, what can we say?
And that's the positioning from Power that you had initially noted there as well. Just in towards Hell outside of A main. The fact that he's able to get 2 with the Judge turns the tides because BBL, you initially saw Elite was pulled over towards that B side, that rotation away. It was all up to those 2 players left towards A, and they do enough to take down 2 apiece with them. Koi, sure, still awkward money situation coming through. They're still able to buy up, but now this is where things start to
play good macro in their game before. Yeah, I've got a lot of hope for them, to be honest, after seeing this. They're like leaps and bounds better than they were last year already. Just the understanding, just the calling, just the game plan in this game alone. Way better than anything we saw from them last year, really. Apart from their first game, where they looked pretty good.
It's just too close to
then Data was out there.
The only thing could be maybe just trying to utilize Shadow's utility to try and break through in that kind of sense. But again, it still is a really big risk, like you had mentioned. It's not worth it.
Yeah, they're happy with that.
You also have, I mean, Brave is...
So they call it the flash over towards heaven, didn't get hit. They then know that the Skydog's going to come in and does it. No, it doesn't clear anyone. Oh man. Koi are going to be real happy with this. Flash goes in, doesn't check anyone. Dog doesn't find anyone. Once the flash went in, they called for everyone to group over towards A. Gonna hit over towards the site. Got a little bit better once the dog didn't hit anyone. There goes all the Sky util. And they get the info, but it's just a little bit too late, so they're just going to have 2 on site here.
Time to spare from the Shadows. Grubinho finds site access, but they need to find a pick perhaps to solidify this take.
I'm impressed, man. They look good. I know they're 4-1 down, but Koi is still playing well.
I mean, and now not having to utilize that Rolling Thunder, the showstopper, to actually get that execution down. This is going to be a very comfortable post plant here for Koi.
Just depends if they're able to
watching the Fnatic game with FNS. Now we're locked in for Fnatic Na'Vi if we get it. Holy. That was savage, man. Absolutely savage. Honestly, maybe we try and do a play in this game before that as well.
3v5. The site's impossible to take with the Viper's Pit is down, and knowing the showstopper, the Rolling Thunder.
I'll actually reach out a message.
It's just too tough, and they have to save and give the round to Koi.
I mean, much needed one here for Koi.
That was good, and as well, Koi didn't overuse too much.
You saw the reads there. BBL, they're trying to play back on that site.
They just played the round well. Like they really just played the round well. The calling is so much better. Oh my god. The calling's great at the moment. And I think they have good info gatherers. I can't remember who was outside A. I think it was Camo and Shados. But as soon as that flash came in, they gave the info over towards Shadow, and then they grouped.
Just pressuring over towards ramps, forcing some of that early utility out from BBL, looking mainly towards Reezy to try and just find that information.
BBL need to... Where's the money at? Okay, yeah, BBL needs to win this round.
Side lenient this time around. Brave taking up some space and might be greeted with some players. Does back out before that's the case though, so he does avoid some confrontation here.
Wall goes up, smoke goes up over towards A. That is one flash so far used.
Yeah. And Brave is in for a treat.
Shadow with the ult. Prowler goes in front. Nade at the back. It's a good nade to stop them. 3 people here. Viper needs to flood into the site.
But he's still able to shoot. He's still back to recovering.
And he did.
Want to do a lot of damage here for BBL, but the rotations are timely. Look at everyone lined up and ready.
Good flood.
Shut down all of these Koi players.
Yeah, really good flood there.
In ease, 5-2 for BBL. They got there in time, and that's no more to Koi.
Stunning flood back on towards site there from BBL, looking to pressure right off the gate. They were giving a little bit too much respect to Koi in the last 2 rounds that Koi had been able to take for themselves. Now timeout to be called here on the side of Koi. They've got to go back to the drawing board. 1 away from that Nightfall for Stark. So again, neither of these teams, though, have been able to really comfortably build up that economy. These rounds have been tight, despite the scoreline.
And they definitely have to draw out timeout here. It's been a difficult attack, and the attack is what we've been praising Koi of, right? It's the
nice
early. So far has been a little bit on the weaker side, but
how many kills did they get into this? Only 1 or 2? It's a nice early timeout again for them though as well, and I think they just need to control the map a little bit. They did just try the straight up B here, but they probably got the whole slow play that they were doing earlier is definitely the one.
BBL definitely being a solid wall and not allowing anybody to knock off a single brick. Okay, 2 rounds for Koi, it's not too bad. 3 rounds of difference, it's fathomable. The comeback is within reach, but it doesn't feel that even when Koi do get those wins, they don't look comfortable.
No. I mean, it's really difficult. I think the head-to-head here is extremely tight. BBL look pretty good on those retake
nice timeout though.
Especially when they
everyone
have the numbers to
wants to win this rounds.
The rounds that Koi are
kind of worth 2, I guess.
Early picks on the side of BBL
doesn't always work out like that. But
for some of that ground to cover.
Wait, they're really going to go for a straight up B here again. Stun, double satchel.
Seeing a change of pace here from Koi. They might be going for something very aggressive.
Oh, yeah, it failed so bad that you call it again and hopefully it works. But that is, I mean, the stall is too good here. They need to cancel. Original plan is stopped, but they still have the Viper, who I'm surprised hasn't tried to take some map control.
Quite yet. Giving up this space here now for Koi. They have to re-clear back towards mid. They haven't had anyone.
1 away in terms of getting a kill, getting his ult. Starkso still has Fatal. Dog goes out once again. Oh,
reveals himself to
that kind of shows that they're not gonna try and hit for a little bit though.
We'll call for reinforcements. Kushina is nearby, but a smoke blocking.
That is disgusting.
Under the radar here.
Is he going to fully send it?
They quite know he's just lurking around.
Okay, respect Starkso here. He's not going to respect this other guy close though. That's the spike. We need to keep an eye on the Viper. Insta call to go back towards heaven, all up to Kushina.
But walking back over now,
Brave is a little bit committed, needs to reposition as well.
Still on Raptors.
Boomer flash misses.
He's gonna peek out. He knows where one is, gets a spray, knows one is dropped, notified his teammate.
Dude, it looked like that was his satchel. It's so funny. We got a lurk over towards A as well, gets a free kill.
Pressure on Koi. Shados gets a pick, but with 20 seconds, it's all down to Garbinho, really. If you really want to have a chance in this one, it's Garbinho all day, spray on one, but you're never going to read Brave on that left-hand side angle. 10 seconds on the clock, but this round has got BBL's
and that was the big round that we were talking about.
Destined to get a 6th round and increase that lead against Koi. 4 rounds of difference at this point in time.
Yeah, Camo did use his own satchel. It can never send you that fast.
Koi, I think the difference was Rubinho, which was just split off from the play due to the smoke towards.
Dude, imagine that was the mechanics though. That if you satcheled an enemy player, they would like go flying like this. The game would be so fun. It would be so stupidly overpowered.
I know we're talking about the economy a lot. I don't usually like to over-focus on it, but again, it's such an important point of discussion when they are really on that back foot constantly.
Yeah, I mean, if you never have the money to buy, then you're never going to have enough rounds to win, right? It's the, you know, it's that statistic that everybody keeps talking about, especially since Fnatic's era of half shields. The more buys you get, the more wins you get.
Oh, a little bit of damage there.
A little bit. Garbinho's still alive. But not with the best weapon
with a Marshall?
Doubles up.
Dude, if you're going for this one,
we'll make sure
Buy a Bucky.
Player.
Buy a Bucky there if you're going for that play.
Shadow.
There is no reason to have a Marshall there. There is no right to do that as well.
Notice he gets 2 kills and puts Koi in contention.
Now you're just waiting for Shados to regroup. Got 2 rifles to work with here in this 2v3. Both players on Koi low though.
Brave, all he has to do is stay alive. He just needs the information, back off and play the numbers game 2v3, especially when Power has a rolling thunder.
Okay, Brave.
I think they they know about the low HPs.
Sure,
they don't have to.
at the very least
They don't need to try and make a hero play on this one. Can just group together. These two actually have a pretty good crossfire. The fact they were coming from here.
But a great aftershock to
Brave isolated on his own. Shados dodges the stun. It's a good plant as well. And he's created the pressure towards Heaven and he goes B main. Oh, actually. Shados needs to play first. Sorry, Shadow needs to play first and Shados needs to hide.
The spike is planted directly in them. It's not being touched, stunned, being enabled. They're still looking for Shados, but they can't.
Oh, they found him.
They steal, only just picked, but it might be all too late. Spike in the middle of it. Pyra, blind as a bat. And with
nicely done. Really nicely done in the 2v3.
And that's an attack side success.
Shout out to Shados once again. I feel like we said that 3 rounds that he's been responsible for that are huge.
As well, just not having the weapons, but the timing was so perfect for Shadow through that dark cover, just dodging that boombot that had come through to clear him out. The difference maker in the rounds.
To be honest, how does Shadow even make this round doable?
Has been overshadowed by others, right? You can look at old Fnatic core members. You can look at Kiko, who's been the star of that roster and now doing
IGL as well.
Team Liquid. Shadow has always been there. He's always been the backbone. He's
that impact is
someone you can rely on
impact is ludicrous though.
Most, and he's showing it this game. He's shown it before.
Like they have to eco this.
Crucially enough in contention.
Kushner 1 kill away. That's so bold on an eco. I'd never, chat, never do that. That was.
And Brave in trouble. Shados, he's dealing against a lot of players towards his A site, but it's BBL that
Barbar, if we get Barbar cam for that, he's gonna be going.
Weapon recovered here for Power as well.
He's gonna be losing his mind. Duel over towards spawn though.
But did not. Starks is so deep in spawn to just expect Power to commit to that flank coming through. Seeker's used very early, but it gives off the hint that Koi are down in towards alley.
Shadow can expect the TP has happened. He's smart enough to hold back against the flash, and Koi, superiority in numbers, Reezy is low. He's only got a Sheriff. Looking bleak for him, at least this one. Koi's chance to close up the gap even further. Starkso triples up eventually.
Nice.
And a 4.
Yeah, it is Kishin.
Okay, looking good. The coordination coming through here for Koi. Starting to get a read on how BBL like to maneuver around the map. Again, BBL, I mean, they were also down in a couple of weapons there. Koi, nonetheless, you got to take those rounds, start to rack them up. They do have the advantage of the last map at the very least. This is important for BBL to try and maintain this lead, especially as the next half is looming. Right now, I mean, you do have, again, tools to work with here. Mid denied. Classic, as per usual.
Okay, BBL lose this, they have a low buy. Gonna be a force, obviously. Kushner still has his ult. Elite pops his ult. Shadow has his ult. They went towards B with this last time, didn't work out well.
We're going to Madrid.
We're going to Madrid,
we're going to Madrid, yes.
And Spanish people.
I like how they're playing still though. Shados is literally over towards A the whole time, and he hasn't done anything. Like he has a very boring role. He's literally just sitting here the whole time going, that's one Sky Flash, that's a Sky Dog, and then with that information they're like, okay, well then we can go out here. Sky Dog, a little bit too far back, doesn't clear this one. And that's info for the team again. He goes closer, does he? Reach or over towards middle, that pulls Sky away. Sky goes back to the angle. 2 duels at once.
He goes right after him, sneaks in front of him, and just punches him in the face. Koi have taken over the A site in the meantime. Oh,
the util here was great. And Shadow is playing on Okay, maybe a little bit aggro, but...
And now it's a 2 versus 3 with BBL making this doable.
20 seconds, got to get the spike across. We've got no vision block.
18 seconds. Brave is down. Shados, he had to get that, and he did, and Reezy now is on the clutch. With Camo on the showstopper, with Shados to the side, this is too difficult to imagine.
I see them from Shados as well. That was good. Shadow did good. I like the overall plan on this round.
Here on stage, a tight second map, but the positioning here, king for Koi. Looking over towards what we have to work with into this last round, though. Uncomfy.
Careful there, Barber. Don't fall off the chair, mate. Come on.
Hey, they're stoked about it. You gotta have that kind of energy in an elimination match.
You do.
Unreal.
I can only imagine what the comms look like over in a timeout. That'll be dope. That'll be dope to hear at some point. But of course, Koi needs to finish
Razor
high unless BBL
Starkzer gets a kill or an ult. That's his ult. Molly goes towards heaven. They wanted to just do straight up a hit on this. 4 people here for BBL.
Up for BBL here, but it is subsided as they do drop back and respect Koi's presence. It's a 5-person stack. Camo aggressive,
oh my.
Showstopper in hand. Can't find the shot, but Boo switches to the Phantom in time and gets it up.
Yeah, I like this guy. He's good though. He is good. Yeah, he's really good. He's gonna be fun to watch as well. He's fearless.
Koi equalize on the final mark and end the half on a high.
What a way to hit the gas and change the pacing into that last round.
Yeah, nice
now,
comeback.
BBL, it's all up to them to respond onto the pistol. They found the first one in split, but can they find another? Again, they're the ones that we're looking towards to start racking up those rounds early when Koi do have the comfort of being up a map right now in this best of 3.
Ash, I'm concerned about something though.
Okay. Hit me with it.
Every time Koi have sort of failed on defense, they usually had a lead to work off of. That lead doesn't exist. It's 6-6, right? So BBL have a stellar chance on attack. They can feel most comfortable as well. They can control the pacing of the game and take us where they want to take us.
This duo from them is
6-6.
you get a whole year of that.
Lead the series. The pressure is on BBL to see if they can take us to the decider, take us to Icebox, get a little bit chilly in here. And with the extremity control here from BBL, looks like they're heading towards this B site.
Just walking straight on up. Quite happy to play the retake over there. Very much so focusing their resources towards mid. Just gonna play it a little bit slow, but look how diligent BBL are as well. They're still positioned
every
for
single Koi pistol so far. We got double frenzy.
Coming out from Reezy. Expecting more of that flank to come
Might be hard to retake with a frenzy here. Fusion still has his nade, they still have stun, they still have a sky flash, they still have omen flash. And they have everything to stop this hit. Oh, it's actually gonna be mental, chat. Attack omen flash goes in, we still have the defense omen flash, we've got a raid, nade, omen flash hits no one on defense though. Oh my god, this kid gets a nade again. This kid is gonna be great. Yeah, and he gets the defuse on this one, 3 away from his ult.
How many points now? 5 into the showstopper off the back of a pistol.
Chat, you know how last year EMEA was like very predictable? You kind of who you would expect to win
able to just completely flip back onto
would win.
Up against
this year's
BBL,
gonna be pretty sick.
Yeah, I feel
There's
like
so many
really
upset potential teams.
The coordination was on top of it with the flashes going out for Shadow, for Camo to drop down, and then on top of that, I mean the paint shells. It's just unlucky. Yeah,
the 4-round streak, I think, on attack gave a lot of confidence to Koi here, and it definitely showed on the pistol a lot more dynamic where they're approaching Camo.
I still think Na'Vi and I haven't seen Fnatic yet, but I still think Na'Vi Fnatic like little.
But no pressure. I mean,
a little bit above everyone else, but the mid that I thought was like pretty stacked got wider.
Towards A main, nobody home, so you see the pull back on that A site.
Middle of the pack
being called over towards B.
Nations, thank you very much. And it's a weird force, really weird force.
Off to the side though, picks one and still
double sheriff.
And this is a sideline coverage Koi can control all day long.
Oh man, that's why we have double sheriff. Okay, I take it all back. Oh man, that is crazy close.
Goodness me, was that expensive for Koi?
That might be the game, by the way.
Not just expensive for Koi, expensive for BBL as well.
I mean, super expensive for BBL. They forced this.
So at the very least, you can kind of frame it in the sense of, okay, at least BBL took down every other person but the last, so the bonus isn't too insane coming out from Koi. But that leaves them now with a lot to be desired in a round where you're going to be expecting them to actually have the weapons to overtake the bonus on the side of Koi.
I didn't even notice the weapons there. I didn't think BBL would have forced into it, but
it was a risky gamble.
Big time. And they were like, trust me, guys, we've
massive
got this.
duel over towards A main.
Right
they
down
fall
to the
back.
wire.
Got some more sheriffs on this one, and this is Koi's chance to get a lot of money. They didn't manage to do it in the round before. Obviously, force play.
And they do get the advantage in numbers as well.
Ooh. Losing
Bath
out on
0-1,
that's
hello,
all
mate.
of your reconnaissance on the side of BBL
Hello,
now
hello.
out early. Really gonna have to focus more on those set plays, the positioning. Elite finding one on the other side of the map, though. At the very least, able to equalize.
What is that? Nice shot.
And these sheriffs from BBL can hurt. So you can tell Koi have to respect it. Have to drop back.
I mean, you can see the fact that they're not even... not that sheriffs are a
The call comes in that they want to clear middle together.
Play that longer angle.
And maybe he should have waited for his team here. I say maybe. He 100% should have waited for his team.
Oh,
okay.
If he would have gotten a second there, I would bow down to him for the rest of VCT.
I would have walked off.
Yeah, that's it. We out of here. And so would BBL at this point. This paranoia can catch both of them, and it is perfect, but he's close proximity with Camo, so it doesn't mean a thing. Koi do lose 3 rifles, but get the win and extend that lead even further.
Yeah, at least.
BBL still keeping it close
I mean, it's not,
in those
it's not looking good for BBL, but they did damage again. So it's still a round where just one win can change a lot of this.
This is where all eyes are on BBL. If Koi can manage to shut down BBL
Elite is
once
crispy.
again,
Yeah, the BBL with sheriffs look pretty scary.
It definitely could be over. I mean, you know, economical recession for BBL, Koi.
Wait, I thought this would be way worse.
Momentum going. They feel best on the momentum swing. They are 7 consecutive rounds in right now. And that
interesting.
Is look at Koi. They're going aggressive. Not only
Frenzy.
Space, but they want to push further.
They push over towards B main. We have a frenzy.
I mean,
we had options to buy some guns with it. We get just a frenzy on this, kind of treating it a little bit like a bonus.
Hey,
and he just plays in front of his wall.
We'll see it later, eventually.
Alex, I genuinely think most teams don't do stuff like this enough. Not sure this is the right example, but they have a plan around it, which I like. Wall can go up, he can spot, and then obviously they're going to be low damage. I want to say that. I don't think he actually forgot to buy or no one got to drop him. There is a chance for that, don't get me wrong. They are going to his side though, and Breach is in trouble.
Shadow, and now he's got to help his teammate over to main, given that there's pressure coming in from that direction as well. He swings and gets a double. Shadow, insane impact. And Reezy tries to find his way in, but somehow Starkso hides out. Shadow quashed eventually. To BBL's relief. And they find themselves an equilibrium in a 3 versus 3 and Spike down, and they've got full heaven control.
What is this?
Full heaven control, but you've also got the Seekers coming out now here as well. Camo has a showstopper.
Camo has ult, but
trailing behind.
I think you just accept
to find the to make use of the showstopper. Does push through. It's very aggressive, but gets Kushina. There was nowhere for Kushina to hide on that one. Shados had to win that pick if Koi would have been in contention, but now with a Spike out into the open, it's really tough.
Not planning for heaven.
Can he do it? The 1-on-2 with Para swinging through. They've isolated it. Camo gets on the Spike, a bit premature. BBL on the board.
Great timing on that swing,
knowing
that the bait
that
got come through once again.
Man, Shadow did so well. I actually like this little angle that Shadow played on. I think most teams could use that a bit more when they're getting split over towards heaven. I normally see someone like commit over to one side, but he actually has a spot where you might feel like you've checked everywhere once you're splitting over towards like A. Like he played a little bit further in this box. I say this box is gonna look like a dot.
They've got to start getting ahead of these plays.
Yeah, and I think for BBL this one, if they do get the Spike plant, this round could be guaranteed as well. Viper split available for Elite, and the
frenzy really lost them the rounds. Yeah, it probably would have been a kill on heaven, and then he got the kill over towards ropes. I agree.
Shadows the one to look to delay this push towards mid.
BBL did like the best thing possible though in terms of the split over towards A also. Also do think that he was lucky to be alive from the original duel though.
Side stacked.
We're gonna go with the hindsight.
keeping players busy towards the right.
Like this guy that dropped down towards Hell.
But the Paranoia has seeked it all out. They figured out no one towards A main, which allows Koi to maintain a lot of pressure towards B. 4 defenders in the direction of that B main position.
Dude, Starkzo's playing
this is going to be a
weird, but I kind of like it over towards A. He's playing like aggressive. He's kind of playing Fade like a duelist, but he's getting info the whole time, and it relays to his team that can keep the 4-person stack over towards him.
No stun at the very least.
Well, Paintshore will head towards the left-hand side. Nobody was covering that direction. Paranoia will delay the left of them, but Kushner wasn't affected by it, so he will get the pick. TP, it's red. Camo comes out on top as well as he joins the fight. It's a 2 versus 2 with 30 seconds to spare. BBL have a chance to get the spike down.
Good reposition once again from Shados.
On the side of Koi.
And Starkzo going all the way around.
And honestly, Starkzo could just walk out here and then expect Shados Heaven. Well, now they can play together.
I didn't expect him to be there that quickly, and Kushner is left on the 1v2.
Playing for Hell.
31 HP.
So low here.
That's an off angle. He's trying to catch them off guard with this one, but he won't be able to do it. Starkzo.
Nicely done.
That's a bullet between the eyes, and Koi back into winning ways.
Big shout out to Starkzo here.
Double digits here.
The push over towards A.
BBL. I mean, things got tight there on that execution. Koi, they found so much space towards
He's looking
A.
nice too. Yeah, he's hitting a lot of shots as well.
BBL, we've done that conditioning over towards that A site. Just didn't expect Starkzo to get so ahead of it, but we also saw the counter conditioning. The Prowlers
New
going
G's
through,
with the Prime. Thank you so much, man. Welcome in. Appreciate the Prime.
That BBL are looking for.
Yeah, I think the problem for BBL in that one was that they walked into Alliance then, essentially there. You know, so many players present, hard to get out a favorable fight.
The Fade? No, I like how he's playing the Fade because he plays it so close over towards A that the Prowler that goes, it will help with a minimap. The Prowler that goes out can just check all of the angles.
You've stopped their momentum, right?
I like how they're playing.
You've got a long way to go. Economical troubles, round troubles, winning trades troubles.
I am curious to see if BBL do commit to the hero rifle that we see in the hands of Kushner right now. If they decide to force up like we saw them do for the bonus round or for the anti-eco round here in the second half, or if they're gonna play it safe because again, high risk, high reward. If they do make that decision to buy up, to force these weapons in hand, it's a must-need round for them. Else, Koi will have a very easy opening to try and close out this map.
They're on a different page right now.
It's going to be the hero rifle.
Hero rifle, but then next round he can use his... Oh, if need be, heavy armor.
The rest of the team, the balance there as we head into the one after this.
I kind of like it. Money's pretty low as well, so they want to take the extra risk that if they win this round, then Koi have the eco and then they can... he ults, but he has the...
96, not too much taken off
he has
of
the
him.
gun.
But Koi now troubled. How is this B site going to be taken over? Gratinho's got an off position here, and he might get caught off, so he realizes the situation and backs off with the use of his ultimate.
I like this all. Yeah,
BBL
just
hold
and have a lot of pressure here. Fade ult hits one.
But everybody's hiding in the cubby at the back of it. But with full heaven control,
what do we got for retake? They just don't have too much util. It's only really Starkzo's. They have no map control in terms of BBL.
In Garage doing so much damage, getting to the back line. But Koi need a cross, need to find their way through heaven. But no, they do elect
to go invested the Viper towards heaven.
Crossfire setup that Grabinho can deal with single-handedly, perhaps. Still, Starkzo joins the fight and leaves a
double ult into the eco.
And the Viper's pit that he himself has to exit. And Koi get themselves on yet another round 11. And timeout from BBL is for naught.
Hey, they're more than happy to play that retake protocol. They're
it didn't. I thought a different plan was coming out here. I didn't like what I saw.
Now,
like I really didn't. The Viper over towards heaven as well, especially didn't make sense. I don't get why we would double satchel over towards heaven when we have the hero gun as well with the ult, and then now he can't buy. What is going on over there? So and Pora has to take the hit as well. Yeah, just trying to enable his team. So Pora takes the hit of the hero gun board in the last round, and
we'll find out later.
7-11. Full loss bonus. They get a plan they can buy next, and Shadow might just ult back.
Victims of it straight away and throw their own right back at them, denying the push. Starkzo is there, but has to drop to his demise. And still, BBL haven't gained too much control. Now only moving into Wrath, and there's Camo here to stop them.
How long will the break be? It's been like 15, maybe even 20 minutes, I would say.
Mid, but with all of this A control in towards
I would say it's been around 20 minutes in between the games.
Behind, Kushner are the one to keep it towards A lobby.
And it'll take so long for them to clear off Shadow.
While all of this is going on, we decide to push over towards middle. We have got one in vents, so he might, yeah, I was going to say, the option of this route is still a thing, so he can't go and make like a winning play over towards Sewers.
I mean, Grabinho with this positioning, if they do choose to make that rotation through spawn, BBL will be heard. But they're looking to just try and cut.
And I think this is good from Koi. They go heavy over towards the site, and they just know that this guy is in a good position to punish everyone if they want to rotate through.
It's just down to BBL to try and win out these individual fights. 30 seconds.
Koi's decisions there. I'm
Kushner,
actually like really enjoying it.
It's good. It hits Kushner, and there's no more momentum off of his speed. Shados trying to make his presence known and put pressure off of Camo here, but this is where Shadow comes into contention. Tries to keep himself alive for the rest to come in, but isn't able to do so. Reezy on the drop gets the
what? How? I thought it was his teammate covering him, but he got the kill.
Well. 3 kills for Reezy. He salvaged BBL from a poor situation, and that puts BBL right back in contention.
Hey, a must-need round coming out from BBL, and Koi, despite the read, BBL winning out when it got scrappy there on site. Looking forward, though, I mean, I think it's so difficult to say what adjustments could be expected, what adjustments need to be made here, because both teams reading into each other very well. The back and forth is so close.
All over towards middle. Probably the best Viper spread all I've seen at middle. Does that really cover all events?
With the heroics, individual heroics are allowing teams to entangle themselves from ugly moments.
Some of the nerd Viper ults
by no means a clean game from either side.
Kickoff have been great. Camo one away. Quick look at the money.
That's a lot more fun in my opinion.
Yeah.
1-9. Oh man.
Sight lines denied here.
This is it.
Fully funneling.
We either get pretty much a done game or BBL come back into this. We've got retake wall over towards A. No idea where the defensive Viper smoke is. Oh, he's got it.
To play forward positioning here.
Well, they want to avoid that Viper split altogether. That's for sure. But they are definitely aware of this push. This fault line from Shadow could be good, but it all comes down if Sato is able to use it correctly. No, he dies even before he has a chance to get that sideline cover.
Yeah, they tried to nade Teva here. Teva did hit 2. The bait in for Shadow here. Wow, he only got 1. I thought he had 3. Still think the bait was perfect.
And one way denying the heaven angle here for Shados. 2v3 situation, looking towards the utility.
Still have the Viper walls. They kind of lock all of these off.
Ooh, that's a long distance fight. That Grabinho wins. Equilibrium, 2v2. But how does Shados and Grabinho play it? So far, it's Grabinho.
Oh man, the retake Viper wall was. I mean, it was immaculate here. Lovely shots as well.
BBL, they're trying to go down with a fight right now, but Koi
have they not won like
so good in
3 2v3s, and Shados is involved in all of them?
The lack of coordination, you can feel that maybe this match is starting to get to the players. They're not looking to swing together, they're looking for those individual heroics.
Yep.
Yeah. Otherwise, you would normally expect, okay, you swing as 2, you call that to move together, but part of that is also the retake wall that is allowed on the side of Shados. Plays well for the defense.
Yeah, BBL is playing a few of these situations though, for sure. And the amount of successful 2v3s that Koi are having, kind of, even though Koi are playing them very well, kind of telling to that.
And being their own enemies at this point, but they're up against 4 rounds that they need to pick up here consecutively to stay in contention, in conversation. Otherwise, it's goodbye for kickoff. I'll join Giant X to the bottom of the field. As BBL starts to aggress towards Camo. He's been so good at hold out in his line. It's usually good for one, but this time around, instantly Trader Shados gets himself on the scoreboard as BBL still maintain this line. Haven't fully aggressed, but for Koi though,
3 people, great smoke. That nade
and Kushner being so low
might give him some confidence here.
I don't think he knows how close Grabinho is.
The stand up.
But Grabinho releases the control key and
that's such a good camera angle for that.
Moving to this B site and content over
little build up.
Don't want to lose any more players in that fight.
Corey gets plant 3 on 3.
3v3 into the retake. Plant to go down here safe from
I mean, they're not winning 2v3s.
Swapping the guns over as well.
Good news is, though,
has that little bit more health to work with. Power also has 2 flashes into this post plant to delay, but
oh my god, Power! Talk about individual prowess. This is when he comes alive. The captain's trying to do it all by himself.
Reposition from him, but they realize,
side has to go for the peak, and that's where Shadow can pick him up.
I mean, that was the Sheriff.
And this is where Koi starts to
ignore the hard HUD's delaying 2 on 2.
That Koi had available to them, so they're going to have to do this try. Smoke, it's perfect from Brave, and the crossfire is even better. BBL remaining in contention.
We go for a little bit more.
Rounds to go to equalize his Koi
4
score.
down to 3.
Could have been a different story if Power did not play for his life there. If he did play for his life there in that situation, I mean, who knows which way the round would have gotten, but the first pick to be able to push up with that confidence, that's kind of what we need to see from BBL. Yes, we do want more of that coordination, more of that synergy coming through from them, but we also want them to be able to play comfortably, feel confident in the shots that they are going to hit.
Been enjoying the timeouts as well from Koi.
Oh, for sure. They want to make sure
they're just nice and early. There is like no risk. Every single time it looks like it could go wrong or has the potential to go wrong, there's just a timeout to ensure that it doesn't happen.
To rebuild their knowledge on how to close it out, be able to maintain their composure. They're knowledgeable players. They've won championships, some of them, right? Starks and Shadows. They need to give that to the rest of the team. 12-9. BBL, long way to go.
Not that long of a way to go at the same time, though. I mean, 3 rounds right now. Koi, they're facing up against an Eco coming in next, so that's the best chance BBL are going to get to find 10. But you also have the fact that, okay, sure, still, Showstopper to look towards here for Camo. I feel like he's been on the money with that Raze ultimate today, too.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Well,
often seems to be getting exactly what he needs out of it.
Out of the 4, this should be the easiest one.
Yes, that conversation again. Starks on Shadow.
Double Frenzy, Judge,
Time
to
relive your glory days.
Razor,
you can only do that if you grab this round here or grab any of the 2 after it to get yourself back into contention with Team Liquid, get that rematch, and have a killer kickoff season. BBL, slow and steady out the gate.
I mean, Koi, they tried to read into aggressive A take there. They push out.
Guy Dog clears the Judge.
He's the one that's done so much damage in the past few rounds. Kushner wins his own trade, and with BBL keep on doing that, this round is theirs.
Walking over towards Shados, though.
And Shados only got a classic, so he's going to close up the gap with right clicks to find
and this
some
was an
damage,
easy one, like we said, and they're making it nice and easy. And the good news for BBL is they're about to get a lot of money for this potential comeback.
Find something to pad that up. Same with Stark, so he's 1 away.
I mean, knowing Shadow in those situations, he's usually good for 1, then he'll get taken down.
Starks is good for nothing. He'll get his ult nevertheless because of his death. And Shadow gets 1, and because of his death, he's now only 1 orb away from getting the Rolling Thunder. But let's see if that does make a difference. BBL close up the gap yet again.
What maps do I expect for Vitality Fnatic?
This is becoming pressure. But remember,
this is kind of a guess as well. Unless Vitality have a permaban, I imagine Vitality would probably get rid of Icebox just because Fnatic. And then I imagine Fnatic's ban will be Sunset, and then who knows?
Koi with on that ultimate.
Whatever's been going well in Prac for
Showstopper, Rolling Thunder for a Nightfall. The ability to go head-to-head in that situation with Shadow still on the cusp, like you said, quick match.
4.5 gives you 2. That's how many chances we've got left. We have a lot of ults to make this one. Oh man, okay.
Exactly. They push right past.
This could be This could be the big one.
BBL, they put a lot of pressure on the B side. His potential explosive
Prowler goes over
there.
towards
Like, has to
A,
deal all by
doesn't
himself.
see
Camo's
anything,
focused
and they go
over
a
mid,
heavier
so
stack over
his
towards
reaction
middle. We
to
go
it
for
could be a
straight
little
up
bit
just
too
B
late.
here. Do we have Omen Flash to stop this? Yeah, we do. Omen Flash goes in.
And with that
Wait,
rolling thunder coming his way,
wait,
he's
just
gonna
gets
have to
insta
run
out.
the hell out of there. Showstopper enabled as well. That's 2 ultimates from BBL.
Not bad.
Used
Yeah, that was
up
actually very good
already
decision
with a
making. They
Nightfall
still
coming
have
right
the
back up
flash.
from Koi, meaning that they're not
Fade ult
scared
goes
of
in.
ramping up the pressure.
Raise
Spike
nade
goes
means
down
that they
low,
can't follow
crucially
this
enough
up.
for BBL.
Kushina
Camo tries to put pressure
might
onto
have.
Heaven.
I mean, that's a.
Still have
It
the
was
showstopper
pure
online
madness
here
to go for
Camo,
this.
like you had mentioned.
But he might have won it.
The flood coming
Needs
in.
a stun though.
And here's the push. Stun is really good onto Kushina. They know where he is, and the Showstopper does his job. Camo drops and picks up Breezy. Keeping things equal though, Breezy does so much himself. 3v2, BBL on the upper ground. It is Brave on an off angle. It's a crossfire setup for BBL, but Starkso is
plant
being
for him,
mad
no
right
mollies.
now. Wants to get right back on the stage where he left off a couple of years ago on the defuse.
Just sticking it. It's done.
And it's going to be stuck in.
Got
Shados
close.
puts some
Chat,
lead on
chat, chat, chat. This is another 2v3 with Shados in, by the way.
Koi 13 and 10. Close it
Did they
out.
lose
2
4
maps
2v3s
together.
with
And that's
Shados
going
in
to be
all
their
4?
win, their attention in kickoff. But that's goodbye to BBL.
Yeah.